everyone, and welcome to day 24 for Unique. It is Friday. Friend, you've made it through another week of online learning, and I'm very proud of you. So today what we're going to look at is actually problem solving, and we're going to think about how we can solve problems that might come up in our real lives and problems that are emergencies or not emergencies. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at a couple of different scenarios and decide what is an emergency and what isn't. So the first step whenever you're solving a problem is to decide if it's an emergency. And to figure out if something's an emergency, you want to have at least one of these boxes checked off. We have, is someone seriously hurt? Is someone in serious danger? Does something need to be done right now? These are all indicators of whether or not you have an emergency. So if something needs to happen right now and you check that off, then yes, it's an emergency. If somebody's really hurt, yes, it's an emergency. If somebody's in danger, yes, it's an emergency. The next thing you have to figure out is who can help you in these situations. Who are you going to ask to help you figure out what's going on? That really depends on the situation you're in. If you're at school, you might be asking the people who teach you, but if you're at home, it might be a parent or a sibling. How can you get help? There's a couple of different ways that you can get help when you're in an emergency. Everybody has one of these nowadays, a cell phone, right? And that is a way for you to get help. You can always swipe to get 911 on your phone, and you could call or text somebody for help. You also might need to get help by finding somebody in a situation if it's safe to do that, or calling out for help if you are hurt. What will you say when you actually have the attention of somebody who's going to help you? Well, that will really depend on the situation, but you can always say, I need blank. I am at blank. The help is for blank. The problem is blank. That's a clear way to let people know how they can help you and what the problem is. The last step is, what will you actually do in the situation? Now that you know if it's an emergency or not, what is your next step? So what I want to do is I want to actually look at an issue with you, and I'm going to fill out some information about it and show you how I would do it. And then on your own, you're going to try to solve a problem. And actually, there's two different ones I have for you to do on the Google slide. So let's get started with our first issue. I'm going to read you this scenario. You need to get something from the top shelf at work. You need to climb the ladder. You fall off the ladder and break your arm. So 3 questions. Is this an emergency? Who can help? And what will you say or do? So let's break it down even more. Is this an emergency? So is someone seriously hurt? Let's think back. You broke your arm. So yes, I would say somebody is hurt. So I'm going to move my check mark there. Is someone in serious danger? Well, you're not in danger, you're just really hurt. So I wouldn't say you're in danger. Does something need to be done right now? I'd say yes, your arm is really hurting and you need to see a doctor right away. So I'm going to check that off too. So we have not one, but 2 different things checked off. So is this an emergency? The answer is yes. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to type in, yes, it is an emergency. Okay. All right. Next step is asking us, who can help you? So, where was I when I got hurt? Oh yeah, I was at work. So if I'm at work, can my parents help me? No, probably not. If I'm at work in a store, am I going to have my doctor near me? No, probably not. Oh, I know. Would my supervisor be with me? They might be, right? So that I'm going to move that to this side. If I'm at work, am I going to have my friend with me? Depends, right? So I would say that's not always the right answer. Would I have a police officer near me at work? Not necessarily. Would I have an aide with me at work? Maybe. So I'll leave that in the middle. And finally, a team member. Would a team member be with me at work? I think so, especially my coworkers. They're the people I see the most. I see my supervisor too, but a lot of times they're working in the back. So for this situation, I'm going to say my team member might be the person who's going to help me because they work with me. How can I get help? Well, if I'm in a store and I just fell, I probably do have people nearby me. Would I need to call anybody? Only if nobody was near me. Would I need to text somebody? Well, my arm is broken, so I probably can't get my phone out. Or would I get help from people in the store, in person? I think so. In my store, there's lots of people around, and my team member might be near me. Okay. Our next step. What will you say? So the first thing I would say is I need help. I'm going to type help in there. I am at, so where am I? I am at work. The help is it for me or is it for my friend? Well, I'm the one who fell, so I'm going to say the help is for myself. And the problem? Well, the problem is I fell and I hurt my arm. So that is the issue. So this is a really clear way. Let's read through it together. I need help. I am at work. The help is for myself. The problem is I fell and hurt my arm. So that's something you could tell 911 or your coworker / team member. So the last question is, what will you do? Will I stay with the injured person? Well, I am the injured person in this situation. Will I move to a safe area or call for help? Maybe. Or will I go get help? So probably I would call for help because I hurt myself and it's hard to move because I'm in pain. So calling for help and saying, help, I need somebody over here to help me, is a really good way to let somebody know that I'm needing help. So I'm going to choose that one. And friends, that is how you solve this problem. You have to make sure you know who can help you and in what situations you need help. So on your own now, I'm going to have you read 2 different scenarios, and you're going to do exactly what I just did on your Google slideshow. And later I will grade it and see how you did with solving 2 different problems that could come up. Remember, not every problem is an emergency, so keep that in mind while you're working on this. I hope you have a great weekend, and I'm looking forward to learning with you next week. Bye, everyone.